jelly beans, bright, bold, and unique if you please. We'll fill the world with hope, helping people to cope. We'll model embracing life through both happiness and strife. We are like jelly beans, bright, bold, and unique if you please. We'll fill the world with hope, helping people to cope. We'll model embracing life through both happiness and strife. We are like jelly beans.
Jelly Beans, The Cheetah and Hope. Written by SissyMarySue. Illustrations by Jacob Peterson and Purpose Center students. To my son, Connor, my heart. To the Barbeg tribe, the inspiration for this book, who opened my eyes to the scarcity of basic needs in the world and taught me the beauty to simply be. To my dear mentors and friends, Hannah Kellberg, Sandy Schley, Karen Munson, Lee Truer, Nicole Smaglick, and Teresa Crawford, without whom this book would not exist. To the 12 interns who embraced empathy and embodied compassionate action with their illustrations and support. To my students, past and present, and all the youth of our world, this book is uniquely yours, and you are my ultimate inspiration. To my mom, dad, my Ellison family, and all my dear friends, for the love and support. To the beautiful but endangered cheetah. To others with brain injury, may this book give you hope to persevere. And finally, I use this book to honor the brother-sister bond that I valued so greatly with my brother Dwayne, 1962 to 1982. The memories of our connection resonate like a beautiful song. Listen for the cheetah to purr, and then turn the page. There was a cheetah who grew up lonely and sad. His loving mother was all that he had. When she was taken away, he felt great sadness and dismay. He had grown up being teased, you see, for his spots looked different than they were supposed to be. They were oddly shaped, instead of like dots. He was ridiculed, by others taking pot shots. He felt like a freak, like he didn't belong. When his mother was there, she'd sing him a song. Her voice and the words of the song were so sweet. Knowing she loved him made him feel more complete. I love you, precious sweet boy, you are my pride and joy. There is only one like you. Love yourself as I love you too. You have much to give. Don't forget to love everyone as you live. Life is a gift for you to behold. Don't forget to enjoy as you watch it unfold. She always told him how precious he was, saying, "Your uniqueness is a gift, just because." She explained, "Someday you'll learn why. It will give you joy instead of making you cry." He learned how to love from his mother. She was a cheetah mother like no other. The day he was captured, he'll never forget. The other cheetahs laughed at him, caught in the net. The men used a net since they wanted him alive. His unique markings gave them the idea to let him survive. He was afraid and more alone than ever. The men talked about the cheetah, but didn't sound too clever. They had elaborate ideas to sell him. His life was looking increasingly dim. When they finally got back to their base camp, they put him in a cage that felt cold and damp. One of the men had a daughter who lived with him there. She was beautiful, but sad, and had brown curly hair. Her name was Nicole, he would come to find out. By now, the comforting words from his mother, he was starting to doubt. His uniqueness got him into this situation. How could his uniqueness be good, was his contemplation. He was clearly losing hope. It was his mother's song that helped him cope. He believed somehow that she was right. The words of the song helped him hold on that first night. The cheetah remained in the cage, morning to night. This was just awful for him, far from delight. Nicole knew the endangered cheetah would die when confined. She was determined to help him by being kind. Nicole noticed the cheetah's sadness too, just as he had noticed that she was blue. She could tell he was hurting about more, because she had more empathy than before. They both cared deeply about each other. They were becoming like sister and brother. Nicole learned cheetahs don't actually roar. She found his soothing purr hard to ignore. Nicole loved it when the cheetah purred. Somehow it made her feel reassured. Perhaps it's because while he purred, his mother's song played in his head. He kept her memory alive with her song and words that she'd said. The cheetah changed the song by replacing boy with girl. He added a part about how Nicole's hair was all a twirl.
I love you, precious sweet girl. You have the most beautiful hair, all a twirl. There is only one like you. Love yourself as I love you too. You have much to give. Don't forget to love everyone as you live. Life is a gift for you to behold. Don't forget to enjoy as you watch it unfold.
The cheetah felt good when he made Nicole happy for a while. He found that if he danced, that would make her smile. He would also rub up against the cage. Nicole was confident, regardless of her age. On top of the bars, she'd pet him as best she could. She didn't even question whether she should. They needed each other, like a sister and brother. Nicole gave the cheetah a name one day. Your spots look like jelly beans, I have to say. Nicole didn't think he could understand or relate to what she said, but she still explained about her mother's song she sang in bed. While her mother was in hospice at home, Nicole would sit and stroke her hair with a comb. Her mother would quietly sing a jelly bean song. Nicole would help by loudly singing along. Her mom had given Nicole jelly beans as a nickname. It had profound meaning, but Nicole shared it just the same. The cheetah loved jelly beans as his new name. He was feeling loved without being the same. He was loved for his uniqueness, after all. This was a monumentous occasion, not small. Nicole sang the jelly bean song without changing it or anyone singing along. I love you, sweet jelly beans, my dear. You are bright, bold, and unique, that's clear. Dear jelly beans, you're here to fill the world with hope. With your loving, kind spirit, you'll help others cope. Just as you've helped me, you'll help countless others, you will see. Nicole took a bow, declaring, it's your song now. They both had lost a mother, the real reason they needed each other. One day, Nicole's dad didn't come back. Nicole and Jelly Beans were all alone outside the empty shack. One day turned to 23, so they wondered how their life would be. It was now a long time that her dad was away. Their food was low, and they wondered where they should stay. All this time, Jelly Beans had been learning to talk. He uttered Nicole's name as she headed out for a walk. Jelly Beans was worried she would get hurt. Nicole was amazed by him delivering that blurt. Wow, you actually said my name! Jelly Beans replied, I could say more words just the same. Nicole went on to more completely explain. I was headed to the tribe across the plain. I met a village elder named Ambitia there. He seemed so loving, I think he would care. Maybe he would help me and you, although I don't know if they'd let you live there too. Then Nicole knelt by Jelly Beans and said, I should let you go free, since a cage is no place for a beautiful animal to be. He'd never been called beautiful before, except by his mother, whom he surely did adore. I don't care if I'm in trouble if my dad ever comes back. It was wrong of him to put you in a cage by our shack. I love you, Jelly Beans, my dear, but it is wrong to keep you here. You belong in the wild, to be free, like a child. Jelly Beans asked, Are you sure? Nicole said lovingly, Jelly Beans, you are so pure. Yes, I'm sure. You have given me hope. I feel like now I'm more able to cope. Your love for me was an absolute gift. It helped me make a miraculous shift. I love you so much that I want you to be free. I want what's best for you, you see. With that, Nicole unlocked the cage door. The two hugged as they never could before. Tears streamed down each of their cheeks. It felt like they'd been together longer than a mere 6 weeks. Go run to your freedom, dearest one, Nicole encouraged after their long hug was done. Jellybeans bolted and ran away very fast. He ran 70 miles an hour again, at last. It felt so good to be free, but he wondered about Nicole, so turned around to see. He could tell she was crying, but happy with what she'd done. Then Jellybeans changed his mind and the direction of his run. He turned completely around, which was something quite profound. Nicole was surprised and quite amazed. Jellybeans was exhausted and a little dazed. Nicole asked, "What in the world are you doing back here? Why didn't you keep running, Jellybeans, my dear?" Jellybeans explained, "Your unselfishness and setting me free inspired me to rethink where I wanted to be. It's my deepest desire to make sure that you thrive. I hunt during the day, which could help keep you alive. I can protect you while you're asleep at night. I can be there during the day, in plain sight." Jellybeans and Nicole walked to the village side by side. Now that they decided to stay together, they hoped they could live with the tribe. Ambitia smiled broadly when he saw Nicole and Jellybeans coming near. "I was worried you two were alone. I'm glad that you came here." Nicole gushed, "Ambitia, you are so kind. Jellybeans and I can stay here? You wouldn't mind?" The Barbeg family welcomed the two, showing beautiful empathy, as they do. Feeling a greater connection to the human family, they felt settled and embraced their gift to simply be. Jellybeans was inspired to share how Nicole had helped him cope. To honor her, he wanted to give her the name of Hope. He told her she had absolutely given him that, since he had felt so alone in the cage where he sat. "You helped me feel less alone in that horrible cage. Because of you, I felt hope, even in that dark stage." They had now both done the same, by giving each other a special new name. The Barbeg tribe needed clean water close by, so humanitarians made them an earth dam, the color of sky. One night, when Jellybeans and Hope had been asleep for a while, a child snuck into their mud hut with a mischievous smile. The humanitarians had brought markers that were bold and bright. One child used them to fill in Jellybeans' markings that night. In the morning, Jellybeans and Hope laughed loud and strong. They both figured it was what needed to happen all along. Jellybeans now fully embodied his name. With those markings, it's good he was tame. Hope spoke quietly, tilting her head to the side, while taking in Jellybeans' confidence and pride. "You've persevered and found your self-esteem, and all because of the Barbeg tribe, it would seem." Everyone loved his colorful Jellybeans' fur. He expressed his gratitude through his soothing purr. It was all making beautiful sense now. His mother's words enlightened him. Wow, she'd been right about it all. Everyone has a unique call. He finally understood how our connection to all makes it impossible to feel insignificant or small. Connection provides us with a sense of our wholeness. It empowers us with empathy, true confidence, and boldness. Jellybeans realized it was their mothers who had taught the two that giving love is the most meaningful and powerful thing to do.
Simply dignity and the beauty to simply be.